Hey, it's Meatball.
And Mark.
And this is the Rocker Morning Show on demand from 107.7 RKR. 107.7 RKR, it is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning. How are you feeling?
I feel great, but that's probably the steroids talking.
Right.
Yeah, I can see today. That's good.
That is always good.
I don't know exactly what you told everyone yesterday, but I woke up and my entire right eye was swollen shut, and my left eye was about half shut. Like I couldn't really open it.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, that's not good, and I definitely can't drive to work right now. And once I get there, I can't read anything. So I messaged you, and I was like, listen, I can't see, so I got to get this taken care of. And yeah, that's
Early morning text messages from Meatball are never a good thing.
I know. And
I get them too much.
I know. I don't know. Michigan's rejecting me or something. I'm not entirely sure what's happening.
I got a text from you the other morning, and I was like, uh-oh. And then I was like, oh, it's something good.
Yeah,
That's great.
I was just running late one day. That was fine.
And then I got another text yesterday. I was like, oh, no, this is not going to be great.
No.
This is...
But yeah, my entire right eye was swollen shut. I think I sent you a message. I sent you a photo of my eye when it finally opened a little bit.
You had resting, you sassing me boy face.
It was just, I was like, I don't know about that. But yeah, I got an appointment yesterday, real quick. I just called in and I was like, listen, I don't need an exam or anything. I just need somebody to look and see what's wrong with my eye.
Yeah.
And give me a quick fix. So I got in and they checked my eye and they were like, oh yeah, it looks like you got, something in your eye and then you fell asleep with it in there. And as you slept on that side, it just kind of got infected and yeah, it was not great. So he gave me a couple of different drops to use. One of which I have in the studio and it's just regular eye drops. It's just eye lube basically. The other drops are steroids.
Oh, nice.
And,
I've had those.
I was telling you yesterday, when I first put them in, like my eyes started twitching for a little bit after like 20 minutes. And I was like, oh, it's like my eyelids are doing push-ups or something like that.
Yeah,
they just
right.
got like pre-workout in or something. And then like, I was like, okay, we're good now. And then I just got this huge burst of energy. And I was like, okay, even small amounts of steroids will definitely pick up your whole body after a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I was just like, woo, let's do stuff. Let's get things done. Yeah. So I cleaned my entire kitchen. I've been avoiding that for a long time. Yeah. So that's my adventure for the last day or so. It's not been good. What did you say about my eye though? About when I was telling you about the steroid drops or something?
I just said that your eye was puffed up and you couldn't see.
No, it was something about wrestlers.
Oh, yeah. He was like jacked up like an 80s wrestler with the steroids.
I was trying to sit down and my leg would not sit still.
That's messed up.
I just like, you said that and I think I laughed for a good 5 minutes and all I could picture after that was my right eye cutting like Macho Man Randy Savage promos. Are like, listen here, eyeball, I'm going to see you at some point. Like just really bad eye puns, Let
me tell you something right now. This sucks.
107.7 RKR, it is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
So do you remember, it was during the draft, the Kansas City Chiefs drafted a kid from Texas. They were super excited to have him there, and they were like, yeah, this is going to be great. They brought him in the next day. It was a first-round draft pick. Brought him in the next day, and they were like, here's our facilities. And he just kind of went, oh, that's it? It was Xavier Worthy.
Ouch.
Out of Texas. Well, keeping in mind that Texas had just done a $7 million overhaul of their entire locker room facility.
Yeah.
Like just a few years prior. So
that's right. So he went from the super lavish like locker room to
neon
like
lights and all this stuff to just
dingy.
It's a locker.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we're going to see that reaction from a lot of Michigan kids over the next few years. Have you seen the $14 million upgrade to the Michigan Wolverines football locker room?
Oh my gosh, dude.
This is insane. I mean, the first image you see is obviously the lockers that have their own They have their own like recliners basically in each locker. And one of the linemen in the video that's up on the 1077 RKR app, he was like, it's great because they recline all the way back and you can shut the light off and take a nap in your locker.
That is wild.
That's from a lineman.
That looks so cool. Plus, I'm super jealous of that that pool table, man.
Dude, okay, so let's talk. Let's just break down what all's in this locker room, okay? And it includes the lounge for all the players where they're going to meet and hang out and do stuff. And obviously, this is basically their job on campus. They go to class and then they come and do this. This is their work. This is where they congregate most of the day, right? So in addition to having their locker rooms and showers and, whatever they need there for sure, they have a pool table, custom Michigan pool table in front of their trophy for a national title last year, or I guess earlier this year. They have a big open lounge area that's got bar seating and group sitting tables and stuff. So you can have team meetings there. You can just come in to hang out, have lunch, whatever. Next to that is a golf simulator in a college football team locker room.
Just take the edge off,
There's a barber shop. It has its own barber shop.
This looks really nice.
Maybe my favorite part of this whole thing is the bowling alley.
What?
They have 2 lanes of a bowling alley in this place. I'm not even joking.
I don't even see that.
So there's the Instagram post that's in the story, but then the video down at the bottom, if you watch that, there is legit a bowling alley in there.
What the heck?
Why do you need a bowling alley for football?
Well,
Got to
take that anger out, take them out on the pins.
Go out and have a bad game and come in and just throw a few games.
Who did this? Like, did Exhibit come in and pimp our freaking locker room?
It was, it was a donation, partially at least, I think, a donation from, I believe it was the Brown family. There were 2 members of the Brown family that did the donations for this. But $14 million apparently gets you a barber shop, a bowling lane, a golf simulator, and locker rooms.
That's ridiculously generous of them because, this thing looks absolutely insane.
Yeah. Man. I mean, at what point, if here's my thought. Like, of course you're going to have the NIL kids, that are making some money and they're going to have their own apartments or houses or whatever.
True.
Outside of the locker room. But if I'm like a red shirt, and I have to live in the dorms, like, how about I don't live in the dorms and I just live in the locker room,
I'm just going to sleep on my recliner here in my little cubby hole. That'll do for me.
I mean, you got showers there, you've got food service, you got a barber shop, you got all the entertainment you need. Like,
a couple of those players are going to bring some girls back to the locker room.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
You want to go back to your place? No, that place is a piece of crap. Let's go back to my freaking locker room.
Going to the locker room? No, trust me. Trust me, I hold a 185 average in that place. What?
It's time to turn up your dials and tune out the traffic because we're playing the Daily 5 on the Rocker Morning Show. Testing the mental magnitude of your favorite morning monkeys on the radio. And now, your hosts for the Daily 5, Meatball and Mark Frank House.
It is the Daily 5 where Mark and I ask each other questions. The other one answers. Today I'm asking the questions. Mark is answering. Mark, you got some help on the line today from Gene. Good morning, Gene. How are you?
Morning. I'm doing great.
Awesome, man. You got to help me get 3 out of 5 questions correct. If you do, we'll take the 2-0 lead for the week. If not, Meatball, tie it up 1-1.
All right.
Let's see what we can do here today.
Question number 1. This is geography. What country does France share its longest border with? Is it Belgium, Spain, or Brazil?
You're waiting for me to give an answer, aren't you?
Belgium,
either one of you.
Spain, or Brazil?
Correct.
Brazil's in South America, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
You also have French Guiana, which is part of South America. It is part of France. Just like, what is it, Tahiti, where they had the surfing competition?
Yeah.
Yep. French currency, everything.
Interesting. I feel like this is a trick question here, Gene.
Of course it is.
I know, right? I know.
I wouldn't do that to you.
Meatball's good at that.
Yeah. I feel like it's Belgium.
We'll go with that. They both start with B.
All right. We'll go Belgium. Final answer.
Belgium, final answer. It was Brazil.
See, that's not right at all.
Yeah, it is.
No, yeah. France is its own country.
Yeah, and French Guiana is part of France.
You said France, not French Guinea.
France, that's France. It is France. It is sovereign land of France. It is France. I'm telling you, man.
That's all Meatball does is tell me.
Question number 2.
Tell you the answer.
Yeah, Brazil. Question number 2, general knowledge. What state slogan is honestly, it's not for everyone? Is it North Dakota, Nebraska, or Delaware?
Delaware.
I'd say Nebraska.
Nebraska? That's kind of funny.
There ain't nothing out there.
True.
Can confirm. I've driven through there.
Okay. I like your answer, Gene.
Miles and miles of road.
Yeah, let's go Nebraska. Final answer.
Nebraska, final answer. There you go. Yeah. Honestly, it's not for everyone. I agree.
It's not for everyone. I drive truck. I've been through there a couple of times.
Oh, man. Question number 3. This is entertainment. Which massive Hollywood celebrity was actually born in Beirut, Lebanon? Was it Keanu Reeves, Nicole Kidman, or Joaquin Phoenix?
Lebanon.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, me neither. Joaquin Phoenix.
I'd say Keanu Reeves or the other guy.
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, I like Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I like Keanu Reeves.
I was thinking that too.
It jumped out at me immediately. I was like, man, I think it's
right, me
Keanu. Too. If you're cool with it, Gene, I think we stick with Keanu Reeves.
I'd go with it.
Okay, let's go Keanu. Final answer. Bro.
Keanu Reeves, final answer. Look at you.
Oh,
2 in a
rolling.
row.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, see? You're fine.
One more.
This is literature. You should get this one. 221B Baker Street is the London address of what iconic literary character? Is it Sexton Blake, Sherlock Holmes, or Dr. Henry Jekyll?
And what was it? 221B?
Baker Street.
Baker Street.
Huh?
I think that was Sherlock.
Yeah. That
It kind of sticks on me right there.
Me too, man. Yeah. I say we lock it in and go Sherlock. What do you say, Gene?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see that.
He is sure locked in with Sherlock Holmes.
Yep.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right.
That's right. That's payback for Brazil.
Why is it payback? That's fact.
I even said the right answer first time.
I know
See?
you did.
See?
That's why I always run with my partner on this one,
See?
Tested it. But Gene, regardless, we are going to be hooking you up with a pair of tickets to see Styx, my dude. Way to go.
All right. Thanks, man.
You helped me power through that one. I appreciate you, Gene.
Appreciate it.
Gene, we appreciate you playing with us, man.
Thank you. Have a great day.
1077 RKR, it is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
It is going to be very, very hot today. Make sure you take care of yourselves out there. There's a great way to cool off. Root beer stands in Southwest Michigan.
Yes.
Have you, you've been to the root beer stand here?
Yep.
In Kalamazoo. Have you been to both locations?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I've done both Portage and Westnedge now. And I can confirm they're both about equal as far as, what they are.
Yeah.
But there's some others in Southwest Michigan. And the reason I went looking for this, because Tapper Ford, when I was over there a couple of weeks ago, is right across the street from Red's in Paw Paw. And I was like, man, root beer sounds really, really good right now. So on my way out of town, I stopped, got a root beer, got a hot dog, which, by the way, I was like, okay, I'm in the work truck. I want to not get a Coney dog because I don't want to be messy in the truck. Mm-hmm. Chicago dog, just as messy, but it doesn't matter. I should have got the Coney dog. But I did get their root beer, and it is top notch, man.
Nice.
And I was thinking, because I grew up around A&W's.
Right. I had one across the street from my house growing up, too.
And is it still there?
No, it's long gone, unfortunately.
See, there's a handful of A&W's still in Michigan, but it's like They're literally everywhere except Southwest Michigan.
Yeah.
And I think the root beer stands here in Kalamazoo used to be A&W's, if I'm not mistaken. But I would argue that the root beer product they offer is far superior.
No question.
To what A&W had before. So I put together a list of the root beer stands in Southwest Michigan because I know, we're coming down to the end of the summer. You got to hit these places before they close for the fall and winter.
Right. They're seasonal.
Yep. So for sure you need to be hitting root beer stand here in town. Get you a Coney dog or just a plain old hot dog, man. Their hot dogs are really good. Mm-hmm. Obviously get yourself the root beer. The thing that surprised me about the root beer and Reds, I didn't get any ice. And that's honestly fine.
Yeah, because if it's served cold anyways, you're just going to end up getting more of it.
Right. And I got a large thinking, because I was driving back to Kalamazoo, got a large thinking, this will last me all the way back to Kalamazoo and through dinner, because I don't drink a lot of pop anyway. I don't drink soda.
Right.
I guzzled this thing down in about 5 minutes. It was so good. Like, honestly, there's literally nothing better than, like, homemade root beer.
Yes.
And the fact that they didn't put ice in it, like I didn't need it. And then I found out after the fact they sell it by the jug too. So when I'm back over there, later this week, I think I'm gonna have to stop in and get a couple gallons of this stuff.
That is not a bad idea because that place is so good.
So Red's there in Paw Paw as well. Have you been to Shorts in Coldwater yet?
Yes, Shorts is really good.
Okay, so
I would suggest you take a look at like some of the smaller root beer stands, like the one in Paw Paw there.
Yeah, Reds.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's the one that they sell it by the gallon. That's the one that I'm just like, yeah.
Yes.
Shorts is one. If you're in the Coldwater area, you need to hit. I have not been out there yet, but I'm told like they do really good like root beer floats and root beer shakes.
Gotcha.
And then there's one that's not. It's technically not Southwest Michigan, but I mean, they listen to the Rocker in Mishawaka, Indiana. They have BK Root Beer Drive-In.
Oh.
And they specifically serve Vienna sausages for their hot dogs. But then, they are known for their floats, their shakes, the Vienna dogs. Like it sounds really, really good as well.
Very cool.
So, plenty of opportunities for you to cool down as we kind of get into the dog days of summer here, getting into the end of it. Make sure you hit these root beer stands now because, they're going to be closing here pretty quick, man.
Yeah. Definitely want to hit those up because, man, nothing like a good old dog and a root beer to go together. Yep. Especially that old school driving feel, man. Like,
it's like being transported back in time.
Yeah. You got to support these places. There's not many left.
Yeah. Man, I got to find out when they're going to be closing so I can go buy like 12 gallons of their root beer.
Or when they're opening, rather.
Well, that too. I mean, how much root beer do you think I would need to last through the entire winter?
Just store it like a chipmunk.
Yeah, pretty much. 107.7 RKR, it is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
I mentioned a little bit ago, I'm going to be in Paw Paw later this week. I've got a stop down at Tapper Ford.
Yes.
I'm going to be hanging out there for a couple hours on Friday. So if you want to stop in and get registered for the Rocker Rides, you can do that as well as pop over across the street and get you a little root beer from Red's Root Beer Stand there as well.
Heck
yeah. Mark, you're going to be over there on Thursday, right?
Yes, you got Turn the Page. It's the Bob Seger tribute. So listen, if you guys are fans of Bob Seger, which who isn't, this is definitely one you want to hit up. It's going to be a really fun show. And you get to see these trucks in person, the Chevy Silverado, the Ford F-150. These beauties are going to be on display for you to check out the actual trucks that you could be winning a 2-year lease on. You're going to be able to pick yours if you are the winner. So make sure to come out to Turn the Page. I'll be out there between basically 6 and 8. We're out there from 5 to 7, but we're going to get you registered out there. And you can see those trucks in person as well.
Just want to point out too, we're coming down to the end of it. We like the end of next week.
Yeah.
When we're out there for Wine Fest. That's it. That's the last day for registration. So you have this week plus our 2 appearances, this week on air plus our 2 appearances, and then next week with Winefest. And that's it. That's it for qualifying for the Rocker Rides. But we always do this Monday through Friday. We got your opportunity to qualify now for those Rocker Rides. So give us a call, 978-1077. Caller 7. you're going to get qualified for a 2-year lease on either that Ford F-150 or that Chevy Silverado. Thanks to our friends over there at Tapper Chevy and Tapper Ford. Also want to thank our friends at Warner Vineyards. And of course, you can only do this on 107.7 RKR, The Rocker. Again, call us now. Caller 7. You're going to be qualified for that.
107.7 RKR. It's the Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frankhouse.
And Meatball.
Big news. I don't know if you heard about this, because you would imagine an announcement to a sequel as big as this would have, I don't know, been more publicized, but Happy Gilmore 2 is officially happening.
Okay.
And Taylor Swift's boyfriend is going to be in it.
I love the phrasing of that we have now relegated a 3-time Super Bowl champion, all-star, future Hall of Famer, tight end Travis Kelce to Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Yes, Taylor Swift's boyfriend is apparently going to be on the new film, the new Happy Gilmore 2 film. Adam Sandler is actually, we have the news on this on the 107.7 RKR app. I love Happy Gilmore.
It's the all-time classic.
Clearly, like one of his top 2-3 films.
Yes.
I would say personally. He confirmed it on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. He said Travis mentioned it, so we have something nice set up for him. He's a very nice guy. You guys would love him in real life. What a big, handsome guy. Funny and cool as hell. He's a stud and he's so funny. So he was pining over him big time.
So do you think this is going to be like a bit part, or do you think it'll be like a recurring part, role in it, or what do you think?
Well, I personally feel like it'll be somewhat of a cameo, and I wonder if it's going to be in the same vein of like the Bob Barker thing, where he kind of uses his football kind of thing to, like, maybe he tackles somebody or something, even though he's a tight end, he doesn't do the tackling.
Do like a celebrity, pro-am. Something or other.
I would imagine that's
Does Travis Kelce play golf? Surely he does.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. So, but yeah, I'm kind of speculating on that as well. So, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, those rich people,
Yeah. What if Happy Gilmore 2 is it just comes completely out of left field, and it's not about golf at all? It's about football. Happy goes to play football.
Well, that would just cross into the water boy stuff, and then,
I mean,
I like the idea. I'm curious if they're going to bring Chris McDonald back to play shooter.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, they absolutely should. I mean, that dude leads into that character and that role.
Yeah.
It's one of the most iconic things he's ever done. The guy has been in a stupid amount of movies.
Yeah.
Like, you recognize him all the time, but you always recognize him as Shooter McGavin.
Mm-hmm. The funny thing about that is the second in line to play Shooter McGavin behind Chris McDonald was Bruce Campbell. And that would have completely taken the spotlight off of Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I really would.
That movie would have just been called Shooter McGavin, because it would have been all Bruce Campbell being a total ham.
Well, now I want a Shooter McGavin movie.
I mean, it's not off the table. It could happen. But yes, so if you want to get the info on this, it's up here on the 107.7 RKR app. Also, there is no word if the rumors are true that Taylor Swift threatened Sandler's soul and would absorb his life energy if Adam Sandler didn't cast Kelce being Happy Gilmore 2. Those rumors are on 107.7 RKR. It's the Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frankhouse.
And Meatball.
I love a good grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah, man.
Man.
It's so good.
You just take that big, thick, gooey, crispy sandwich. You just got pop that bad boy right into the thick, steamy tomato soup.
Dude, that was the school lunch we always look forward to.
That is like tops. That is a very underrated comfort food.
Yeah, we went to a school in a community where it was a highly Catholic community.
Yes.
So on Fridays we didn't have any kind of meat.
True.
So we would look forward to it every year.
Yes.
For Lent, because they would serve us the grilled cheese and the tomato soup, and they even cut it up in a little like strips so they were dunkers too.
Oh.
They could like fit in the bowl. Oh my God, dude.
Doom.
Best.
Well, we asked the community because I wanted to find out. I was like, okay, where is the best grilled cheese sandwich? Because someone was like, I'm a grown adult.
Yeah.
If I want to make a grilled cheese sandwich, I'll make it in my own house. And someone was like, well, are you going to make the best grilled cheese for everybody then?
Yeah, no joke.
Like, there's a reason they're asking, because, inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
We got some good feedback. Longship Brewing Company in Lawton.
Dude, okay. Brewing companies and grilled cheese sandwiches.
They get it.
There's something about the connection between beer and cheese. There's literally beer cheese that exists. So I don't know. They just always do it right.
Useless Creatures Brewing Company in Three Rivers.
See?
Another one.
See?
This is kind of an interesting one. Cascarelli's of Homer.
Yeah, okay. Is it an Italian place? It looks like. Maybe they do like an Italian soup.
Oh,
like an Italian tomato soup.
I haven't been there before. The Bread and Butter Kitchen in Sturgis.
All right. Down
as
for that.
well. So, there's a lot of different places. If you guys are fans of grilled cheese and like, hey, you just want to maybe just grab one as an appetizer, check out this list. It's up here on the 107.7 RKR app.
How many of these, though, are on the kids' menu?
You know what? I would imagine maybe the ice cream shop.
Okay. Because I mean.
Maybe Station 66 in East Leroy.
I ask that not because, like, I'm embarrassed to do it, but I just want people to be prepared when a 39-year-old grown man with a beard walks in and orders a grilled cheese sandwich off the kids' menu.
Listen, if they're sane, they won't think anything of it. They'll be like, I understand. I get where you're coming from in here. But, check this list out on the 107.7 RKR app. Get yourself a good grilled cheese sandwich and dunk yourself into the cheesy liquid goo of life.
Oh. 2 for Tuesday, a couple from Offspring there, 107.7 RKR. It is the Rock Morning Show with Meatball.
Hey, Mark Frankhouse.
We are in a heat advisory. If you walk out the front door and you're assaulted with the humidity and the temperature,
literally,
you're not alone. It is literally a punch in the face, even though my face already feels like somebody punched it.
That's not good.
But highs today expected to be somewhere around the mid 90s for some of us. 96, 97 expected in some areas.
Gross.
Heat indexes with that humidity could be well over 100 degrees. So heat advisory in effect for us today. Storms coming in sometime after noon. Should cool us down a little bit. But it's still pretty gnarly out there. In fact, it's going to be hot enough today. A handful of schools in the area have decided to close down for the day. Bloomingdale, Branch, Bronson Community, Climax Scotts, Comstock, Martin, Mendon, Penfield, Portage, Quincy Community Schools, and the Special Olympics Area 16 in Kalamazoo. They have canceled softball practice today.
Dang.
There's a handful of schools too that might be, let's see, it looks like Martin schools might be dismissing at 1:00 today. In fact, several of these are half days. So double check. We've got that list up now. WRKR.com. You can see, who's starting for half days, who's doing all that. It is very, very hot outside today, and, heat advisory in effect, triple digits expected for some of the, heat indexes in some of the areas. We should probably mention that 2023, and I have this up on the Rocker app as well. 2023 saw the most heat-related deaths in the country that we have ever recorded. Something like 2,300, I believe, 2,300 people. And that's actually a number that they say could be undercounted. It's just, it's getting too hot, man.
Yeah, it is. It's getting really bad. And this is one of those days too, where it's like, you just don't even want to be outside, man.
Yep. And that's the thing too, is they tell you, do your best to stay covered, stay in shade, stay out of the sun, don't do a lot of strenuous activity outside. So like, if you're a person who goes out and exercises outside, like they go out and jog or run or something like that today, either maybe shorten your workout today, or consider, inside on a treadmill or something. Like, it's probably good for you. Make sure you stay hydrated, all that good stuff. And really keep an eye on your neighbors, and whatnot. Cause like, a lot of people have turned off their ACs already. Like I turned mine back on, I think 2 days ago. But yeah, just make sure you're keeping an eye on your neighbors and your friends and stuff. The good news is though, we are going back into a La Nina weather system, which is supposed to cool us down from what we've been the last few years.
Okay.
We're supposed to be seeing a little more wet weather, a little cooler weather as well.
Nice.
And the beginning of next month, is supposed to get pretty cool pretty quick. So thank you, La Nina.
Beautiful, beautiful lady.
Yeah. It dawns on me, like, in the U.S., we're like, oh, La Nina is great. La Nina is awesome. La Nina is so, cool, and it's going to be so wet. But La Nina means the girl. So when you put it into context for somebody that speaks Spanish, it really starts sounding creepy to them. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah.
Can we come up with a better name?
Can we not do that?
Can we just call it cold weather year, warm weather year, or something? You know?
Just tell us how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Just don't give it a fancy name. It's going to suck this summer.
I'll take